with script package to work with script component as script component package. So what is the use of this? So script component package is just work as a act as a transformation tool in between you can make many formulas to customize the data from the source to destination. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For that, you can have some knowledge on programming. Okay, programming knowledge in the sense you should have .NET programming knowledge. You should have either VB.NET or C#.NET. I hope
Okay.
you have this knowledge in this, right?
Yeah, I have C shop little bit.
Right. So I'll do some simple uh, your understanding. We will start first. And before that, let's see. We use what type of transformation we can perform by using this script component. Say, for example, we have in the source, in the source signal, we have transaction details, and we have some transaction table. We have some date for the transaction date, and
Okay.
this is table. I want to bifurcate those information. I want to have from the date. I want to have the day, month, year, quarter, weekday. Okay. Those additional dimension or calculated fields we want in the that decision table. So let's see by using this script command. We have this transaction table over here. We have this created date. I will just consider this date, and from the created date, I will extract all other dimensions. So I want to,
Oh,
in this source, this table is there. I will not touch to this. In the destination, I want to change the transaction table. Over here, I have up to this created date. So in addition to that, I will create something extra. Design. Okay. And because I'm not taking this field day, month, year because that may be a keyword. That should not be
okay.
treated properly. So there is a numeric INC design trans one. Here are the INC and here. So five. And these all information I want from the addition to this particular field. So this data will be derived from this particular column you can see. So rank and this will store Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
So those information this will store. So addition to this column, we will create this by using script component transformation. Let's see how you like you have all these fields which is blank now. Substitute this and fill this again by using script component. Alright. So now I have to use. Transaction and destination transaction. We first appear the data looking from this order table, which is transaction table. I can see the preview that we have this field which will be taken as our name field.
Hello. Hello. Amit, there is a lot of disturbance from your side.
From my side,
Yeah.
give me a second. Is good now? Hello?
Amit, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's too.
Is it better?
Yes, Amit, it's better.
Okay. Just, yeah. So just mute yourself. I'm also getting some noise from your side. Anytime you need to ask anything, you can unmute. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
What I'm about to do is I just have added this transaction table as a source, and in the preview I can see this structure. I want to take this field as a main field. From this I will derive other columns by using C# scripts in the script component tool. So all right, now destination transaction has to be also before I add this. Before I add this, I'll have to use the script component. Script component transformations. So there are three different types. Mostly we have to use as a transformation. So this script component here we will use a transformation. As far as your creativity, you can. I will basically show you how to write ABCD. Then you can write the sentence. So I'll show you how to use the script component by using basic scripts, basic functions to transform the data. But as far as your creativity, you can add many more advanced or any other functions if you are good in C#, and can create many of your fields. So first of all, I'll have to add this transaction data to this script component, and then here we have many fields. First of all, script component, all this thing, I don't have to do anything over here. I have to choose the language, what language I will prefer. If you are good in Visual Basic, you can choose this, else Visual C#. Okay, C#. Now input column, I need to take that in which particular column I want to have the transformation. Okay, so particularly on this created date column, I need to perform the transformation. So this would be treated as my source column, based on which I will create a destination column. This should be treated as my input column. Input name is created date, and I will create 3-4 output columns, from which I will, by using the functions, C# functions, I will create the transformations. So usage type should be a read write. However, we are going to use it only read mode, but let's make it read write because we'll read the data here. We'll not input anything over here. Output alias is created date. Okay. Now here, as I've added this to input column, so you would see this. I have this input 0, and I've got this created date over here in the input column. Okay. In this output column, I want to add the output columns. So I have got the output columns over here. The number of output column I need is transaction day, month, year, and weekday. So accordingly, I'll have to create 4 output columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. First column, I will name it over here as Transday. Exactly, I will just give the same name. This column I have created, and I need to see the data type of this column as well. So this is 4-byte integer. Well, let it be integer because in the database also its size is integer. In the column 1, which is I'll choose this as transaction month. So this will be also integer because over here I have taken as integer, so it will take 1 to 12, and over here it is year. It will take 2010, 11, 12, etc. So it is also an integer type. So changing it to this transaction year, the data type is also signed integer 4-byte. Now the last one is the varchar. So I will according, because Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, this cannot be integer, right? So this would be varchar, character type of data. So I have taken this as this field particularly, and the type data type I can choose over here as data type Unicode string. Okay, Unicode string. I can choose this data type as over here string. Okay, varchar dtstr. Okay. Now 4 transformation output columns have been created. Now it's time to write the method to bifurcate the data from this source to multiple destinations with different formula. So over here I have to take the connection because this is also a type of source. Okay, so in the connection I'll change this as localhost order DB because from this database only it will take the data. Okay, now going forward to script tab, and over here I can, before that I will just save it, double click it and go to script, and over here choose this Visual C# and edit this script. So here I have to write the script inside a specific method. I'll tell you how to write it so that I will get the different data in different forms. So this will open up the .NET editor where I can simply browse these input and output columns. and from the input column I will use the .NET methods to transform the data from date to month, month to date, or any other format. So I do have my visual project is ready. It's taking a little time to open it, so let's wait for that.
Amit, only we use script transformation for this writing scripts, or we can use derived columns also for writing the scripts.
In the derived column, you can use the specific method which is there in this derived column list. But here you can use all the .NET programming. Okay,
Okay.
you can do
Okay.
plus minus any other type of functions you want, any other type of formula you can use, any calculations you
Mhm,
can use. Say input is
mhm,
say one parameter, output will be
mhm,
coming. Say input is unit price, output would be
mhm.
calculated with unit price plus minus discount plus tax plus shipping charge from plus your um, promo code. So all those price will be calculated, and finally you will have a grand total. So that can be also
Okay.
calculated over there. So can you do it in the derived column? You
Maybe
cannot do
not.
it because in
Yeah.
derived column you have certain fields.
Mm-hmm.
Here you can use entire
Oh,
document,
okay.
any type of customization.
Okay.
Okay. So now this is the main method where we have to use the input column. Okay, input column to retrieve the output column. So I will use the output column here, row dot what, row day trans date. We have these informations. I want to fill this information by customizing through the .NET code. I want the trans day, I want trans month, year, quarter, week, etc. from the source data. So trans day is equal to date time is a .NET function, parse, it will convert. We have also row dot input column is there. So what is that column name? Trans created date. Okay, just for your understanding, here we have this order table in the transaction table. In this particular table we have this created date. Okay, so this is the input, and these are all the, this column are the output, right? So we're going to store the output derived from input column followed by some transformations. So row created date dot month, sorry, day, right? Day is a, so for date time you can get all these functions like day of year, day of week, hours, month, seconds, short time format, long time format, short date format, long date format. Okay, day. So this is the function. Why it is showing error? Because there is no conversion. So I will just use this. No, that's it. So it is the default parameter for this. Now I will use again row dot trans month, date time. What I have to use? Again row dot created date, month. Okay, this will extract the month. trans year output field equal to date time dot parse year. Okay, so at last trans weekday will store day of week. Why it is showing error? Let's see. Async cannot explicitly convert the type of this week to string. So basically, the data which is retrieving from this method is in other format. So the data type which we have defined in the destination field is a string. So it needs a conversion. Okay, how to convert it? How to convert the .NET data type from one type to another type? Type conversion. Convert dot to string. You know .NET, right? Shisha?
Yes, Amit. Little bit, not too much. I know this. That not too string, yeah.
Converted to string. So this particular value will be converted to string. So there is no error now. So these are all the basic type of transformations you can do. Now, you know, um, you can apply one any the .NET codes and use any type of methods or formulas to return the value differently. Okay, so this is done. Now I'll just close it. The formula editor is done. Now, okay, script is good now. So what I will do, I will simply drag this to the output, and I will get all those columns which I have created additionally, the trans date, month, year, quarter, I mean week, etc. So in the destination I want this data to be filled with TBL transaction, and over here there is no data for mapping. So let's map it from the source to destination. Everything is mapping. Trans month, year, call, all these are mapping because this was created. This was there in the destination table. This was not there in the source table. Was it there in the source table? No. We created it from the script component transformation only. Okay. Script component transformation by using this. So all these columns are created additionally. These were the blank database fields. Now all are mapping one to one. So output is null. Okay, fine. What happening? It is saying the trans weekday with the length is 50. So length difference is there, but it's not an error. It is just an alert. If the data will increase, oh, weekday is 10. Here it is 50. So no issue. If the data is exceeding to 10, then it will show error, but it will not show error now because only the length is different. So trans weekday is 50. What we can do in order to avoid this alert, we can go to output column over here.
Is the length.
Okay, then the length can be changed to 10 because this dynamically we have created those columns. They are not in the database. So by using script component, you can do any type of transformation, any formula you can write, any calculation. Say you're entering something, one value, it would be calculated with many 5 to 10 fields, and it will return a different value that will be come with the output. So that you can create. So now there is no error because the source and destination fields are absolutely same length. So fine. So this is what we have, the script component is. set as a startup object. So let's execute. We don't have any data over here in this transaction table. Even in the source table, we have only this in created date informations. Okay, this is the source table. This is source table. We have only created date information. This is destination table. We have all this additional information, so that will be filled. So run it. 1001 rows is going to be added. Now let's see. In the source table, there is again the same record, created date only. From the destination table, we have all these additional columns. From the created date, which is 27 is a day, 26 is a month, 2012 is a year, and this particular date is a Wednesday. Very nice function.